Well, you'd think that becoming a top-flight footballer, earning a good wedge of cash and playing for a team that you loved would be the dream fulfilled. Well, Curtis Woodhouse had the talent all right. He was a good player for Sheffield United and Birmingham City, but his heart clearly wasn't in it. He had issues aplenty off the pitch and he turned his back on it all to become a pro boxer. This week, he's got a title fight. Lindsay Smith has been to meet the man they call the Driffield Destroyer.
When I first moved to Sheffield as an apprentice, I didn't have a pair of trainers. I just turned up with a pair of tracksuit bottoms on, pair of shoes, a couple of carrier bags, that's all we had.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
A year later I was earning £3,000 a week. I was out every night, and then after a couple of years of doing all that, when I thought, right, this is wrong, I want to get back to where I was, it was too late because the fire had already gone out. If I'm going to be honest, money ruined me as a professional footballer. It took all my drive.
How quick are you gonna get up?
When he announced he was leaving football for boxing, friends from the game thought he was mad. So did he when he started training.
How quick are you gonna get up? Like Ali in the jungle.
I used to train as a footballer 10:30 in the morning until about 12 o'clock, then back home for a full English breakfast or something. My body was completely wrecked.
He'd thought he was fit until he trained for the first fight.
Every time I walked, my calves, my back, everything was killing me.
He doesn't see himself as a prima donna, which is what I thought it would be, to be honest, coming from football. You know, when I got asked to train him, it was a case of, what do I want to train a footballer for? But he's nothing like that, you know. He will work hard.
We had a few footballers come down here a few weeks back and he killed them. They were only here for an hour, and I'm sure I heard one of them crying at one point.
You say people did think you were mad, you know, the money in football and the lifestyle, you know, to come and do something like boxing, it's a total different way of life.
I think it shows one of the toughest sports to be in, to be honest, and I think this is his real passion, and you can see that the way he trains.
In 3 years since he hung up his boots, Curtis has dropped from 13 stone to 10. It's helped him win 10 out of 11 fights. His only defeat was against Norris last year. They'll meet again on Sunday for a title fight at Rotherham's Magna.
I'm looking forward to getting revenge on him. Like I said, I'm still a work in progress. I feel like I'm getting better every fight. This is going to be my first title fight, and once I win this, I'm looking at winning an English fight, winning an English title, and then moving on and becoming the champion of Britain.
Forget about the title tag, it's a 10-round fight. He's a proper fighter, and the reality there, with the progression that he's showing and the determination he's got, is to fight for that British title.
Boxing hasn't just brought satisfaction in his professional life. Before the switch, a young Curtis was frequently in trouble by his own admission. He was convicted of assaulting a police officer in 2006.
I've lived La Vida Loca, I'd say. I was crazy as a young kid. I've been locked up more times than Al Capone. I've done pretty much everything, but like I say, I'm older now. I've got a lovely family, 2 beautiful kids, a lovely missus at home, and it settled me down a little bit. But like I say, the good thing about boxing is once I get in there, I've still got a little bit of a wild side, and once I'm in there, I can let it all out, and instead of getting arrested, I get a pat on the back and get told well done. So, you know, it's a complete turnaround.
Just how are you gonna get up like Ali in the jungle?
I've scored important goals in my career, and it is a great feeling, but there's no better feeling than landing that right hand right on someone's chin and just seeing them go. And you know you've trained 8 hard weeks for it, and once you land, and I know it sounds brutal, but there's no better feeling than landing that knockout punch.
And it's hoped that feeling will be back come Sunday. One thing's for sure, confidence is not an issue.
More fat on a nail.
That's the answer, isn't it? 13 stone to 10 in a matter of weeks. That's me in the ring next week.
Hey, still hope, isn't there?
Well, for one of us. Anybody else you can think of? Footballers that could have been boxers?
Well, there's a guy in Windus who's got a nose like a cobbler's thumb, I'll tell you. And them big cauliflower ears, I think he maybe could go in here if he's not already done so.
And on a serious note, that is an issue, isn't it? Too much too young for a lot of footballers at the top level nowadays.
Very honest interview there. I mean, you got a lot of players who take everything for granted. They've got a lot of time on their side. They'll finish training at 1 o'clock. What do they do the rest of the day if they're not going in training in the afternoon? And of course, he went off the rails, as he said there. Fell out of love with the game. As a result, turned into a manager's nightmare. I mean, indeed, chairman's nightmare as well. I mean, bring the club's name into disrepute. He's gone somewhere where he's found his niche, his profession, and good luck to him.
Indeed, good luck to Curtis with his fight on Sunday. Well,